Hey everybody, and welcome back. We are on day 5 of our 7-day journaling challenge. And today, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to talk to you about the things that I look for when I go to purchase a new journal. And I know I've said before that it doesn't matter what you write on, and that's certainly true. However, as you progress in your journaling journey, you're going to want to find some place to keep all of your thoughts together, to make it easy to reference, to flip back through dates, through months, through years, and find what you're looking for as quickly as you can. So here are some of the things that I look for, and I have a few of my old journals that I was going to show you so that you can see what it looks like. So number one, my journals absolutely have to be hardcover. I don't, especially, I notice this to be true when I'm at church and I'm taking notes. I hate when I have to find something to put underneath my journal so that I have a hard enough surface to write on. I do most of my journaling at home, so it's not usually a problem, but especially when I go to church, I don't want to have something underneath to write. I want my journal to be the hard thing that I write on. So that's my number one thing, is it has to have a hard cover. I prefer that they come with these little ribbon tags to keep track of where I'm at. It just makes it easier when I'm getting in the journal every day or multiple times a day not to have to flip through and find my spot. It's not a deal breaker for me, but that is something that I prefer. I always need them to have lines. I do not prefer ones that are blank or that have a grid layout. Some people really like the grid layout, and maybe that's something that you'll like, but I prefer lines when I'm writing as much as I do. And then the thing that I've actually come across most recently that I really love, and now it's one of my favorite things, is called like a lay flat binding, or like there's no binding actually on the outside spine of the journal. And so what that means is that no matter what point you're at in your journal, it will always lay completely flat. So that way you can write on each side just as easily. So if you notice, I especially notice this when I'm reading and I have like one side of the book is really easy, but the other side is awkward. That can happen sometimes when you're journaling at the beginning or the end of a new journal. But the lay flat binding makes it so it's just as easy to write on either page, no matter where you're at in the journal. So that's one of my new favorite features that I've found on some of the most recent journals that I've used. And the journals that I picked out for someone to win for one of these pretty much meet all of those criteria, except for they don't have those ribbon tabs to keep your spot. But like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me. I can always put something like a bookmark in it if I really need to. So those are some of the things that I look for when I go to buy a new journal. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily really matter that you have all of those things as long as you're going to keep writing. But for me, I have found that it is certainly true that I get really excited when I get a new journal. I get remotivated and re-energized and just absolutely on fire to stick to my journaling plan. So if you find a journal that you really like, you might find that to be true for yourself as well. And another thing is that when I am journaling, I tend to journal a lot more when I have a journal that I like and I look forward to going to it. And that was so true for me for this one. I don't know what it was, but I absolutely loved this journal and I couldn't wait to crack it open every day. It's a psychological thing. I'm not sure why it is, but for some reason, when I have a journal that I love, I write more often. So like I said, you don't necessarily need to have a journal right away. You definitely want to get that habit formed, but once you're ready to go out and purchase a journal, those are some of the things that I look for when I'm doing that. So that's all I have for you today. Please get back in and write again today for day 5. You only have 2 more days after today and you'll complete all 7 days, and then you will be eligible to win one of these awesome journals. So that's all I have for you guys today. I will check in tomorrow.